great seeing all of you at the supervisor schools last week in Europe, and I can't tell you how much fun I had, and especially those of you that I got to meet at the reception personally. You know, it was really great for me, and you know, as I think about those of you that I met, it's kind of sad sometimes that a lot of you don't really see yourself, you know, exactly like me. You know, that, you know, because, you know, all the time there's a lot of crowds around, a lot of people, you know, are trying to get pictures and everything, but you know, remember, I started out just like you. You know, I got one customer at a time, I got one distributor at a time, and just kept building my business every single day. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, what is it like to live the way that we live, you know, in these incredible homes and stuff like that. And I got to tell you, you know, you don't just kind of get from where I started to where I am here today overnight. You know, I don't really think about how incredible it is, because when I was working every single day, I got to one level, and then I worked some more, and I got to another level to where I am here today. And you can do the same thing. All of you are just like me, and if you keep doing your business and you keep doing it consistently, everything can happen for you. And this video today is just hopefully a way for you to just kind of see how I live my normal everyday life, you know, away from the office, away from the rallies. What do? You know, playing with the family. We're going to go change his diapers here in a few minutes and have a good time. So I hope you enjoy the video. Maui's a special place because I think for a lot of reasons. One, my grandparents were very, very special to me. They were the ones that brought me up. Most of you know that, you know, I didn't really meet my dad till I was 21. And my grandparents, the big deal for them was a couple of times they got to go to Hawaii. So I think the biggest special thing for me was that when I finally made enough money to afford a second home, Hawaii is the place I wanted to go in the memory of my grandfather. Also, it's a very special meaning to us because that's where Sьюzan and I got married, right out in the middle there with the palm trees, and it's a special place for us. Things we love to do most there is I got my little motorcycles, run up and down the street, and go around the island and stuff on my motorcycles. I got a big four-wheeler that I go up and down the beach on, and we love to take little walks up and down the ocean and do a lot of swimming, a lot of swim sports. And we don't get to go there really as often as we like. I guess probably because I really like doing what I'm doing more than I like going there. But when we go, it's a very special place for us. Alex loves Maui. He loves to go. He's not used to the water yet. First time when the Pacific Ocean was probably too soon. You know, super dad thinks super baby can do everything too soon. So when he was 2 months old, I took him down to the ocean in Maui and stuck him in, and basically reaction was, ah! So right now we practice with him in the shower. He loves the water. We love to play in the water, so we're getting him used to the water there until he gets used to the water in the ocean. But he has a great time when we're over there. Everything I do with Alex is fun, so I think that teaching him things and trying to get him to learn more things about anything is what's fun, and just having him discover certain things are just real joy, especially when he gets it back. Like the first time when you know, we taught him how to clap and stuff. You know, you keep doing it the first time he claps, then it's really great. In fact, he even knows how to speak Spanish and Portuguese at this point, because we taught him agua, and so he knows how to say that. And the newest one that we just started this last week was, I tell him to give me the finger, and he puts his little finger up like this, and we touch fingers, and so that one's real cute. And we taught him teeth this last week. Yeah, I teach him like this. He's brilliant, the kid. He's totally brilliant. You know, partly because of my childhood and the way I was brought up, I guess I just feel that, you know, not only is it nice seeing the two of them having fun together, but that I'm very fortunate that I have a wife that is such an incredible mom to my baby.
I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, I decided that we were truly in a position to start taking Herbalife around the world, and we aggressively started looking at the European market. At that time, there was many people that told me that our products wouldn't have the same kind of enthusiastic reception here in Europe that they had experienced in America. that the business concept might not fit in Europe the same way that it did in America and have the same kind of flair to it, that maybe people in Europe wouldn't get as excited about the company as they did. But we first opened up 3 years ago in Spain, and it was overwhelming what took place in Spain. And I'm so grateful that the Spaniards really were the ones 3 years ago that led the way to Europe taking us west. Hats off to you guys. And I mean that with all sincerity, because, you know, if it hadn't really taken a hold, who knows what would have taken place here in Europe and how fast this thing would have grown. Then we opened up our company in France here just about a year ago, and the reception in France, I can't even begin to tell you. Look out, Spain. Of course, we took the company over to Germany here just a short period of time ago, and is now one of the fastest growing companies that we've opened up. Just an amazing success that we've had in Germany in such a short period of time. But it's just amazing what's taken place there. We've opened up Czechoslovakia, which has just been overwhelming. But we're not stopping there. We're going to continue to take Herbalife country by country and language by language. And by golly, we're going to take Herbalife completely around the entire world.
It's very difficult to try to explain to someone what really took place in Paris unless you were there, because it was just so totally overwhelming between the emotionalism of what happened in the opening ceremonies of the show, where all those little kids were singing and stuff, and between the testimonials that we saw that night, and I don't know, I think there was like 220 odd people who received their tabulator team pins that night, and between what they said and what happened on Saturday and Sunday, the training classes, and then the ending ceremony when we came up over the stage and we had all those people that were holding hands. It's very difficult to explain what happened there, but I think for me, from my point of view, I think the most memorable thing for me was when we got the top 10 people from each country together up in the suite afterwards. Everything was all over. It was really supposed to be just relaxation and conversation and talking to each other, and slowly, within about a half an hour, one person after another started, we just kind of gathered around in a circle. It was very interesting, and people started saying incredible things that had taken place over the weekend to them, and I think the most outrageous thing I've ever heard was when Igor Nikovic stood up, and I had made a statement on Sunday that it was great that we could bring all these countries together and pass through all the boundaries and barriers, and I said that it was great that we had people from Yugoslavia here, from all different regions, that were shooting bullets at each other, and they could come here in peace today and join hands under this one common bond and get along together. And at the reception that night, he got up and explained that, and I didn't realize this at the time, that all 300 Yugoslavians from all the different parts were holding hands for once and really getting into what was going on at the gathering that weekend. And to be able to see not only how the products are affecting people and how the incomes are, but to be able to see people that are truly angry at each other get in a room and be able to have a good time and take a weekend and get away from all the killing and shooting and rioting that's going on in that country, to be able to have some fun and to be able to learn how they can improve themselves was really almost too much for me that particular evening. You know, the Chateau was a very special thing also because, you know, everybody's part of the Herbalife company, you know, regardless if they're there to sell, 5 cans a month or whether they're there to do 1 million cans a month. Everybody's part of the family. But I think that, you know, the Chateau represents something that was special. It was for those of you that went out there and really went, overboard, tried your best, stretched all the way up till midnight, I know many of you, to get to the Chateau. So for those of you qualified, good job. People always ask me, what is the single most enjoyable thing that I do in life? Is it work? Is it, going to Maui, or what is it? But I think out of all the things that I do, the most precious time that I have, that I enjoy the most, is being with my wife and my baby, just private time at home and being able to be with each other and just goof around with each other. When I'm with Alex, I think the most important thing is, everything that I'm doing is, it's a learning experience. It's not only I'm trying to teach him something, I'm allowing him, he teaches me things, And, you always wonder, I guess especially because of the way I was brought up, when we were having Alexander, I kept wondering, how will I be as a father? How will Sьюзан be as a mother? And, originally, she didn't even want to have any kids. And she has Alexander, and to watch her with him, she's such an incredible mom. And, she gets to spend a lot more time with him than I do. The bonding that they have between each other and the things that she teaches him that I get to get in on after she's taught him is really a real pleasure for me. So she's gone from not wanting to have any children to being the most incredible, mom on earth, to now she wants 4 children. So I'm trying to talk her down to 3, but we'll see who wins. The first 5 years Herbalife was going, and when I started to prosper, since most of my travels took me to certain places, most of my experience with homes were more of Chinese descent or Hawaiian, or also the American kind of Mediterranean type style. But as I started going to Europe a few years ago, especially as I started going through the south of France and so on, I fell much more in love with the European style of architecture, the European art and so on. And we've been searching for our little European chateau of California, and we finally found it.
Can't wait to see you at the extravaganza in Barcelona.
We'd love to show you on the inside, but that'll just have to wait till the next video. So for now, bye-bye.